Quick and easy ways to make your bulletin board stand out. We will look at several different ways to bring life to your bulletin boards, along with some examples from across the world, or at least from multiple locations. Also, don't limit yourself to these ideas. This presentation is merely a creative stimulant for your artistic endeavors. Let's start with borders. If you watched the last video on bulletin board essentials, then you already know their importance. Here are some step-by-step directions to making creative borders. Start with construction paper neatly piled. Usually 4 to 6 pieces is just perfect. You can do all the same color, or you can alternate colors for something a little extra. Like a good outfit, make sure your colors coordinate. Next, cut your construction paper in half, either width or length, depends on the type of borders you want. For this demonstration, we will do length. Next, stack and staple the 4 corners of the construction paper. This prevents the layers from slipping apart and creating uneven borders. Then, cut a fun line down the middle. Ta-da! If you originally used 4 pieces of paper, you now have 16 border pieces. For the less adventurous, feel free to draw your design and then cut. And don't forget to be creative with your cuts. Let's talk about placement. This is where it gets tricky, so bear with me and feel free to follow along. Remove the staples from one of the halves you just cut and place them on the ground. The trick is to flip over every other piece in order to make the ends match up. I use this design specifically because it is easy to differentiate between the left and the right sides. Essentially, you want your left sides to touch your left sides and your right sides to touch your right sides. This will eliminate uneven matches, like here in the example. Continue matching your sides until you reach the end. Then simply crease and cut. The result is an awesome traditional border with a creative and quick spark. Remember, you can use 1 or 2 colors like in the last example, or 3 or 4 like in this example. Do whatever you want, but make sure you avoid the color clash. Let's talk about some non-traditional borders. Take your stacked paper, staples not required, and randomly cut lines. You can use scissors or a paper cutter. In this demonstration, we're using a paper cutter. The result is a series of fun shapes. When you place them, you can either do completely crazy and have no rhyme or reason, or you can match up the even edges with the edge of your bulletin board. You could also do both, whatever your heart desires. Speaking of using shapes for borders, why not use other kinds of shapes? What you need to do is find an image you like and stack and staple, like in the example. The closer you are to the lines, the better. This is to prevent slipping, just like how we did with the borders. This may take some practice on where to actually use staples, but you'll get the hang of it. I have faith in you. After you stack and staple your pieces of paper, then you gotta cut. And by cutting 1, you end up having 3 ghosts. Unless you use more paper, then you have 5 ghosts. And if you cut 1 more time, then you'll have 10 ghosts. If you cut again, you'll have 15. And if you do all 4 of the shapes, then you'll end up having 20. And voila, you have 20 little ghosts or Pac-Man monsters. It really depends on what shape you use. And also, this works well for other things, not just borders. You can do this for door decorations, floor decorations, invitations to events. There are lots of possibilities. Let's look at traditional shapes in a different way. and see how we can add them into your new style of bulletin boards and borders and door decorations and floor decorations. Here's a star. You can have them by side. You can have them overlap, shadow each other, mirror images, or just randomly string them together. The choice is yours. Get creative with it. Make it fun. The following photos are examples of ideas covered in this video. But don't stop here. This was just to encourage your creativity and provide a few quick and easy tips to make your bulletin board even more awesome. Good luck to you, and get creative.